We want to create this scene in restaurant playlist and render it. In this video, we want to model stems and leaves of a plant, and we will put the glass of wine and glasses on the tables. So, stay with us and watch the rest of the video. Welcome to Atria Graphics channel. In this channel, we are going to teach you how to work with a series of softwares. If you like this video and find it helpful, press the subscribe button and press the bell to get a notification when we upload a video, and leave a comment if you have any questions. Okay, now we want to add a stem and after that a flower pot, and we will add the leaves for our stem. Okay, first of all, we had to add a single word and extrude it for making the stem. You can add a single word with Shift A and come here, choose the single word and add the single word. But maybe some of you doesn't have these extra objects in your Blender. So you can add these extra objects with going to Edit and Preferences, and you can search the extra here and hit this checkbox for adding extra object. But it's not necessary, and you can add a plane RY 90 degrees for rotating it along the y-axis and GZ, and we can delete this. We can go to edit mode and delete these three vertices with X, and now we have a single vertex. Okay, now we have to extrude it randomly along the z-axis and make a kind of a stem. Okay, we can hit A for select them all, select all vertices and subdivide it 2 times. Okay, this is the stem, but we can't add a dip to our stem. So we can, this is the mesh. So we can convert this mesh to a curve, and after that we can add some dip to our curve. So we go to the object menu, convert to a curve from mesh. Okay, now this is a curve. So we can add some dip to our curve with going here in properties and to geometry, add some dip to our curve. And this is very straight. We want this top of the stem look like a little thinner than here. So we can go to edit mode and select this one with Alt S. Sorry, what's this? Oh, sorry. With Alt S we can make it thinner, but it's not good, you know. We had to kind of make thin all of these vertices. So we can use proportional editing with O. In proportional editing, when you use a kind of, why it's going here? When you use Alt S, you can see a circle here. This circle means when you change this vertex, it will kind of affects other vertexes in the circle. Now we can increase the size of the circle with scroll view or decrease it. Okay, now I think we can do this. I think this is good, and you can see this is good, but this is thinner. It's going thinner as it's going to up. So okay, we can add some resolution to our stem. We can shade smooth Okay, this is good. And now we had to add some leaves to our stem. So we press Shift A, we will add a plane, GY, SY2, and left click for scaling the plane, aligning the y-axis to y. Okay, we go 7 on numpad and tab for going to edit mode and Control R for adding some loop cuts to our plane. I think 4 is enough, and I add them with left click, and now I had to give it some scale kind of these edges for making a leaf. So SX here and SX here. Okay, I think this is good, and we can add some bevel to this 4 with Control B and V. Okay, and one here. We can increase the number of vertices in bevel with scroll view I think this is good. Okay, this is nice, and you can add some thickness to our plane with solidify modifier, and with Control 2 we add a subdivision surface modifier to our plane, and with G you can edit and kind of scale the plane to look like more like a leaf. I think this is good, and even we can use shade smooth for that, and I think this is good. And now we had to move the origin to here, origin point here, so we can edit our leaf or move it with this part of the plane, not this part. So we can't move the origin point in object mode, so we had to go to edit mode, hit A for select all vertices, and GY for moving the object without moving the origin point. So I think this is good for origin point, and okay, this is our leaf. Now we want to kind of join this, kind of add this leaf to our stem. So we can scale it a little. I think this is good, and now we come to edit mode and Shift S for moving the cursor to selected. Okay, that's good. And now with Shift S on leaf we can move the selection to cursor. Okay, and it's good. We add some GZ and rotate it along the x-axis, along the y-axis. Okay, this is good, and we can scale it again. With Alt D we duplicate this leaf, and kind of with Alt D and RZ and RY. Okay, again we can scale it, and Alt D RZ 45, scale it and rotate it along the x-axis rotate it along the y-axis, and we can move it with, okay, we can customize the our flower and make it look like a flower. So, and shift S again, we select this one, shift S, cursor to selected, and we will duplicate this and Alt D, okay, left click and shift S, oh sorry, shift S and selection to cursor, and we rotate this and scale them and RX and rotate them again. Okay, now we can go to edit mode, select this, shift S, cursor to selected, and okay, we select this, Alt D, shift S, cursor to selection to cursor, rotate this and S for scaling them, RX, and I can rotate this one. Okay, now we do this for moving our objects to the leaf. Again, shift S, cursor to selected, select these and Alt D, duplicate them, shift S, selection to cursor, RZ, RX, sorry, RY, and we can scale them. Okay, we will play with that to make a good plane. Shift S, cursor to selected, we select this, Alt D, shift S, selection to cursor, S for scaling them, and RZ, some kind of, you had to play with that. It's not anything special. Okay, we do it one more time. Sorry, shift S, cursor to selected, and Alt D, shift S, selection to cursor, S, and RZ, RY, sorry, we can scale this to a little and rotate this. So it's our plane, it's customized, but we don't need to spend a lot of time for that, and I think that's enough. We doesn't have a lot of time. Okay, so now we had to parent all of these leaves to our stem. So we select them all, and after that we select the stem again and Control P and object keep transform. If we do that, you can see when I move the stem, the leaves will follow that. Okay, now we are going to parent these chairs and table to the table blanket for these two, and we will parent these two chairs to the table. And in the end of this video we are going to put the wine glass on top of this table and the glass on top of this one. So at first we can select these chairs and the table, and remember this table blanket tablecloth is going to be our last selected because it's the parent. So we select it at least at the end and we press Ctrl P, keep transform, and we had to parent these legs to the table. So Ctrl P, keep transform, and Ctrl P again and keep transform. Okay, and then we parent all of these to the table blanket. We select the table here, and in the end table blanket and keep transform. So you can see now if I move this all of them will follow the tablecloth. So I parent these two to the table. Okay, now I can put the glass and wine glass on top of this table. So it's better to set the origin point of the wine glass to the bottom of it, and so we go to the edit mode, A for selecting all, and GZ, we can select them both, and tab for going to edit mode, select them all, and GZ. Okay, and we can do this for the glass too. We select them both, 3, A for selecting all, G, it's going too slow, and okay, this is good. So now we move the cursor to this blanket, this close, with Shift S, cursor to selected, and we will move the wine glass. We don't need to select this for moving, because when we move this it will move with the glass. So we press Shift S and selection to cursor. Okay, we can scale it down. I think it's good. A little GZ. Okay, we can scale it again. 7 on numpad. We go to the top view and we select the wine and the glass. We move it with G, Shift Z for moving it along the X and Y axis, and we use Alt D for duplicating it, Alt D, Shift Z for duplicating the object and move it along the X and Y axis. Okay, this is our table. So we can select these two and we can parent them to the blanket, to close, sorry, I call it blanket every time, and keep transform. Okay, now we can add this glass to top of this close table close. So we select it and we can set the origin point in the center of mass because it's on top of this close. So we set origin to center of it. Okay, and now we can select this, and at first select this, Shift S for moving to cursor to the table close, cursor to selected, and we will select these two, and oh sorry, just one, just this, and selection to cursor. I think it's too big, we move it just like it, it's enough. S for scaling it, and I think this is good. Okay, I select this, G, Shift Z for moving it along the X and Y axis. With Alt D, I will duplicate it, and Shift Z, move it, Alt D, Shift Z, and Alt D, Shift Z. Okay, and we will parent these classes and to the table close here. Okay, in the next video we are going to make the scene, and it's the final part of modeling. Thank you for watching this video, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and leave a comment. Thank you. In the next video we are going to finish the restaurant modeling, and we will model the scene and we put the objects on the scene. If you like this video, press the subscribe button here and press the bell to get a notification when we upload a video, and leave a comment if you have any questions.